Welcome to Sports Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome, and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. Before we get started tonight, have a happy Easter. Easter weekend's this weekend. Enjoy it with your family. And want to wish everybody a happy and safe Easter. And I'd like to have a shout out to Marcia out of Buffalo, New York, visiting down here. Big Buffalo Bill fan, as all the Buffalo people are, Bills and Sabres of their teams. She had informed me that about the new stadium being built there in Buffalo and how it wasn't going to have a roof. So I just wanted to share that information. I was unaware. I knew they were building a stadium, but I was unaware about the roof. I heard a little controversy whether they're going to put a roof or not on it, but apparently there won't be a roof on the new Bill Stadium. And now we're going to go to the NFL news and the Tampa Bay Buccaneer news, which has not been much news. Signing of the players we've spoken about before. Nothing real new. We got a little bit better than $8 million, and the budget to spend on players, we're going to need a little bit better than $5 million for our draft picks. So there's not a whole lot of wiggle room there. I don't think the Bucs are in a hurry to do anything much before the April draft, in which we'll be able to get the 26th overall pick in the first round, and we got 7 picks plus the one we got compensatory for the Carlton Davis trade to Detroit. So we'll have 8 picks in the draft, and so I think we're going to be pretty much willing to sit and wait to the draft to select the players and see what we have after the draft as far as what we're doing in Tampa. Not much movement around the league throughout this week as far as great movement of players. That has come and gone. Now it's time for you to get down to the business of preparing for the draft. And that's what most NFL teams are doing. So we'll keep you posted on what's going on, if anything does go on. But that's pretty much the landscape of the NFL right now, preparing for that April draft in the last week of April. And then now we're going to get ready for the opening day of Major League Baseball, and the Tampa Bay Rays take on the Toronto Blue Jays tomorrow at Tropicana Field for the start of the 2024 Major League Baseball season. And the Tampa Bay Rays are going to really have a tough schedule this year. They're going to start out against the Toronto Blue Jays, and it's going to be a great day. Always opening day in baseball is a great day. Players can get out there and be out in real regular season games where the stats count. We're looking forward to a great season with Kevin Cash. We're looking forward to a new stadium in St. Petersburg, and it's going to be a great year, we hope. We have pitching difficulties coming into this year. Many of our starters are injured. Some out with Tommy Johns. But we've got to really get out there and get a good start because it really adds up. It doesn't add up now because there's 162 games, but come October when they're counting to the games to see whether you make the playoffs or not, it's really important. So get out there and support your Rays tomorrow and opening day, and we'll be keeping you posted on what happened in that first game against the Toronto Blue Jays on next week's show. Now I'm going to move on to the Tampa Bay Lightning. 11 games left in the NHL season. The Tampa Bay Lightning are still in the playoffs. If it was to end today, 7 of the 11 that are left will be played in Amalie Arena in our home ice. We hope to win the majority of those games and get a better seeding going into the playoffs, which we still continue to hope that we will. We will continue to keep you posted on tomorrow night's game. It's a very pivotal game because all these last 11 you'd like to win so you can move up and get a better seeding during the playoffs. No injuries to report, no drastic movement to report. The trade deadline's long gone. No more trades now. So we're just going to see what we can do in these last 11 games, 7 of which are home. Get out and be the Thunder for our Lightning. We need you in this playoff run. We need you out there at Tropicana Field for the Rays opening day tomorrow against the Blue Jays. We got 2 great sports going, and we hope that we can make playoffs in both of them and win a world championship in both of them again. And now we're going to move on to racing in Dakota. William Byron won the Circuit of America road race in Austin, Texas this weekend in NASCAR. It was a road course, one of the first road courses of this year. This week we're going to be in Richmond. NASCAR will be in Richmond. And we don't, and the Infinity and the trucks will be there too. So our Michael McDowell car had difficulties at COTA. He's a good road racer, but he had real great difficulties. He was involved in a couple of incidents and wound up completely dead last. So it wasn't a good week for the number 34 Love Michael McDowell Front Row Motorsports car, which is the car that the Cowboy here supports. So we'll see what happens at Richmond this week. No other further news on any golf or any major tournaments. I know Augusta and the Masters is coming up the first week of April. We'll get the date to you next week. And, of course, that's the greatest golf tournament of all, and we'll try to keep you posted on what's going on up in Augusta next week's show. We're going to go to our questions tonight. The first question is from Marvin, and Marvin wanted to know what I thought about the 3-year deal with Baker Mayfield. Marvin, I thought it was a great deal. Marvin, I think Baker Mayfield is what we need, and I'm appreciative he got a 3-year deal, and it's going to be good for us. It's good for everybody to know where they're going to be for a few years. You can build around somebody if you don't know they're going to leave every other day. So at the end of next year, you don't have to worry about what's going to happen. He's going to be there for 3 years. So, Marvin, I think it's a great deal for everybody concerned, and here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy, we're really happy that it happened. And the next work's from Tammy. Tammy from Avon Park. She wanted to know, who do I thought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would take in the NFL draft? Tammy, I think the best player possible, best player available. You always hear that term. At number 26, I think Jason Light knows who he'd like to take. He'd like to take a defensive rushing end or a line man to intensify the interior of that line. And whoever he's got his eye on, he knows who he wants. And if he's close to getting him, he might pull the trigger and give up a trade for one of those picks he got for Carlton Davis the 3rd round and move up in the draft and get him. But we won't know until that day comes. I think he's looking for an edge rusher. I know he is, and he's looking for interior offensive linemen. But usually it comes down to best player available. If one of them falls to you unexpected and he's standing in front of you, what do you do then? So we'll just have to wait and see. But that's my best guess. God bless you. Thank you for your question, Tammy. And the next question is from Cindy. And Cindy wanted to know what I thought about the new stadium for the Rays. I think it's a great development for the gas plant district down in St. Petersburg. It'll bring the jobs, housing. It's $1 billion enterprise. It will re-energize that whole area of St. Petersburg. And I think it's going to be wonderful for the Tampa Bay Rays to have a new stadium to call home. And I think that progress, you'll start seeing a lot on that progress and after this next baseball season. God bless you, and thank you for your questions, Cindy. DJX, what you got for me tonight?
Well, Cowboy, you know what it is. Let's get right off into it, buddy. All right. Did the Bucs do enough to keep control of the NFC South?
Yes, I did think they did. I think they kept the core players with Levante David, Antonio Winfield, going out and getting Whitehead, who won a Super Bowl for him, went off to the Jets and played excellent ball, came back to him. And we got Mike Evans, and we got Mayfield. We got the guard from the Giants. We got the guard from the Eagles. I think they've done a real excellent job in getting that core of the players that was there last year. Only 2 games from the Super Bowl. I wouldn't mess it up too much, and they didn't. They went and got the same guys and brought them back. Yeah. And then added a few.
They better work on their center game.
They're going to do that. There's no question.
Yes, sir. All right. Bucks looking to draft Michigan running backs Blake Corum.
He's a great running back.
Yeah.
Got good eyes. Can see the hole and get through it like toothpaste. I call him toothpaste running back. Get your toothpaste, take the top off, and squirt it. See how far it shoots out the end? That's Blake Corum in Michigan. That's where they won the national title. You can see him hit that hole. Little fella, get up behind them 300-pound guys. You can't even see him. Choom, he's gone.
Gone.
So if he's there, like we was talking about, best player available, okay?
Yeah.
Number 26, round 1, Blake Corum in Michigan still on the board. You, Jason Light.
Yeah.
You pull the trigger.
And they need somebody they can get on down their field.
That's what they need.
Yes, sir.
They got to have that. They got to have that lightning and thunder.
They need it.
Instead of just one guy, and they know they do. How high they'll go to get him.
They need an alternative message.
They need him.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right. What's the name of the 8 UFL teams? Do you know them?
I know the Birmingham Stallions. I know the Philadelphia Stars, the Michigan Panthers. The 4th team, do not know, San Antonio Renegades. I know they are playing this week in the USFL opener against the Birmingham Stallions, the USFL champ. The Renegades, the Washington, D.C. Defenders. I know they are in the XFL. Those 2 that I do know.
And who is the Bandits now?
The Bandits are nobody. They're a defunct team of the 4 that were left behind. They were the Memphis Showboats.
Oh, okay, the Memphis Showboats.
They changed them. They don't exist as far as this new UFL league. He just took 4 of the 8 USFL teams and 4 of the 8 XFL teams and made his league.
Yeah.
And left the others behind. So he can always pick them up. Like we was talking before, he said he wants to go to 12.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just have to see next year, not this year. This year we only have 8.
Yeah.
If he'll go do that.
All right. Sounds like it's going to be exciting. NFL approves new kickoff rule.
New kickoff rule as it is in the USFL, where they're lined up 5 yards apart.
Mm-hmm.
They kick the ball. Nobody can move until the guy catches it. Okay, he catches it. He either fair catches it or catches it and runs, and then you can go.
Because they used to go on the kick, right?
They used to go on the kick, and they'd send gunners with everything they had down both ends, sidelines, on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And that gunner would go down there and try to get on him. They were 20 yards apart. Now they're only 5 yards apart. Only 5 yards they're apart.
Mm-hmm.
Stationary. It almost wiped out the onside kick. How you going to get it to go 10 yards when the other team's on 5 yards standing there?
Mm-hmm.
So, but the new rule is this. You're 5 yards apart when the kicker kicks the ball and the ball is received by the team that was being kicked to, then action can continue.
Mm.
And those players aren't that far apart, so they can't get momentum and run into each other because they was always worried about the injuries on the kickoffs. But they're only 5 yards apart now.
And they still got the same
Number of
onside
players.
as offside.
Yeah.
So they got to stay stationary.
They got to stay stationary.
Can't move across
Cannot
the line.
move. Cannot.
All right. Got you. All right. Well, that's what I got for you this week, Cowboy.
Well, thank you, DJX. And, you know, that USFL rule probably is going to be a lot different. But we'll see a lot more run backs because the guy that's catching the ball, he's going to catch the ball. Look how many yards he's got, he can run. It's going to, in one way, is going to make more run backs happen because he's going to catch the ball and they're not even going to be nowhere near him instead of letting it go in the end zone. Because, you know, that's how it used to be here last year. They just let the ball roll in the end zone and get to the 25-yard line. Yeah. So if you don't get it in the end zone and the guy catches it at the 20, your guy's 5 yards from the other guy, he's getting blocked. Your gunners ain't got enough time to get down there to him. He could go 10, 15 yards if he's fast enough. So it's going to be different. It'll be a lot different. And there'll be a lot of questions I'm sure everybody's going to ask when the NFL starts. What is going on with that kickoff? We're telling you here in April, almost, what's going on. And I want all of y'all to really have a great and happy Easter this year. Get out there and enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy your family. Thank God who sent his son for our salvation and his resurrection on Sunday. And be good to each other. Be good to one another. Lend each other a hand. We need love in this world, not evil. We need goodness, not hate. And until next show, God bless you. Cowboy out.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?